I'm like Zorro with this enema. I'm like Jen Mori when I beat your ass. You'll be coughing cause this is gas. You'll be wheezing cause this is gas. We're a guilty crown, but I'll ever last. If you want smoke, then let me know, cause I ain't losing no focus. It's like Uno with this reverse card, full counter, Meliodas.
If you want smoke, then let me know, cause I ain't losing no focus. It's like Uno with the reverse card, yeah, full counter, Meliodas.
If you want smoke, then let me know, cause I ain't losing no focus. It's like Uno with the reverse card, full counter, Meliodas.
That is unpleasant. Oh, my back is in pain. Let our backs be
This
in pain.
is
Back hurting pain.
the greatest anime bars you've ever heard.
Italian Vaseline. Good morning, USA.
Nerd out on this network classes now in session. Please take your seats, cause you about to learn this lesson. Everybody pay attention, this is my profession. Oh, and by the way, what is it? This is viewer's discretion. I'm in the game like it's Log Horizon. If we fight it, call me Lord Eisen. Outsmarting and hypnotizing, while you biting like Attack on Titan. Got my Levi's on up in me, Casa smash your potato, that's word to Sasha. You want this work, it's gonna cost you, but you know, like I was Asta. Color King Kai if I got a train. Death Note if I get your name. It's like Charizard, how I spit this flame, and I'm with my dogs, fang over fang. It's Usopp, how I'm taking aim. You don't like anime, you such a lame, but that's okay, I'm on a roll. Mask on like Gojo. On this adventure like JoJo. I've been balling Kuroko. You say you're fresh and you the best, but that's a stretch, go no. Had an Android when I was 17, then I evolved like a Pokemon. Play your cards right like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm point like a cactus Pokemon. I'm about to blow, that's about to
making
go.
more progress
Spin water
on.
like Ponyo. Breathe the fire like
Let's go over to just chatting. Good morning, everyone. Hi, how you doing? It's your boy, the academic. I still can't believe they made a Vanguard Deer Days 2. If anyone remembers that stream, if anyone remembers me playing Deer Days 1, that was probably one of the worst games I've ever played. And I've played a lot of games. I've played a good number. Look at this scraggly, neck beard here. This wonderful depression beard. I am trimming it. I'm trying to grow it out more. The wife likes the beard. But funny thing, so one of my favorite movies of all time is Kill Bill Volume 1. I am not a Tarantino director fanboy like anyone else is like, Reservoir Dogs is the best movie ever made. Yeah, stop. You could just tell me you have a foot fetish. It's fine, dog. But one of the reasons I love it so much is not only Sonny Chiba. I love Sonny Chiba. I think he's so cool. Fun fact, his son is actually a big actor, and he's Zoro in the live-action One Piece series. But I also love the, sensei she trains under, and he's just that big caricature of, a Chinese kung fu master who's always doing this with his beard. And so I've been doing that with mine, and I don't know if you can see, but it's actually starting to go at an angle. So I've got this, weird angled Mistopheles look going on. So when I did my panel at an anime convention, I actually got rid of most of this, so I just had the Mistopheles cut, that's, if I'm being professional, if I'm being, on a bigger stage, that's what I ideally like doing, with my facial hair, but I've been so busy with work, I never really bothered with it. I probably need to get a haircut, too. Getting long. But how's everybody doing? You doing all right? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Figured I was going to do this offline anyway, but I already played it yesterday. Why not play some more on stream, hang out with you guys, talk about, new videos or any anime you're watching, manga you're reading, all that good stuff. So if you want to just chat in the chat, by all means, chat away, chatters. And if you want to join the voice chat, you're more than welcome to. Just join our Discord, and I am in there, just hanging out. Let's see. I don't think there's anybody in here. No, just me. The hair looks really nice. Do you like Hardcore Henry? Hardcore Henry, like the movie? I enjoyed it fine. I thought it was pretty good. Moving things, gonna pull up Chrome. Gotta see if that's what you're talking about, my chome. All right, let's see. Hardcore. Because I thought that was the first person. Yeah, I remember Hardcore Henry. Yeah, I like Hardcore Henry. Okay, so Hardcore Henry came out when I was in college, and it came out when I was a junior in I don't want to say film school because it was telecommunications, but film school, you know? And so everybody was talking about Hardcore Henry, you know, it's like an FPS game, but as a movie. It's so unheard of and unique. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. And then I actually sat down and watched it. I'm like, all right, this is entertaining. Because we my buddy and I, every week would, you can actually hear him on the channel too. If you go way down to my anime podcast that we did during lockdown, he and I would do these like bad movie Fridays or just weird movie Fridays. And so we watched that and we watched Rubber as our double feature, which if you have not seen Rubber, it is a brilliant teardown of like 90s, early 2000s B-movie monster movies. It's really fun. It's about a killer tire, and the killer tire actually attacks the audience. It's great. But no, I have seen Hardcore Henry. I'm a fan. We also, like, we went down a lot of rabbit holes. We watched a lot of weird anime. That was when they showed me Den O Coil. Killer Tires, yeah! I think there's a new movie. I don't know if it's done by the same people, but it's called, like, Rims, and it's about a killer rims. No, not Rubber. I know Rubber. Was I just completely... I think I was just completely... I might have just had a very vivid dream that a sequel to Rubber came out called Rims. Oh, Smoking Causes Coughing. If you've never seen Smoking Causes Coughing, also very weird, but very good. I think it's a French movie, if I remember right. Yeah. Language French, with a director with the name Quentin Dupieux. I would hope that is French. That is incredibly... obnoxiously French, but it's like a Sentai comedy about smoking. It's odd. It's very, very odd. All right, let's get into the action here, gang. Let's get some games in. This doesn't let me. Okay. We're going to have to adjust this. No, I don't want the emote wall. Why did this open this? Minimize. Close. Open you. There we go. No. Is it second? Did I just capture second monitor good stuff? Is that what's going on? Oh, that's what's going on. Well, let's add a new game capture. Add source. Add a new source instead. Game. Look at the game. Add source. Look at the add source game. Mode auto. There we go. Look at that. Here we are. Yeah. Where am I? Where am I though? There we go. There I am. All right. We can make this a little bit bigger. Look at that. Look at that, wow. Go ahead and put me down here. And we'll go ahead and drag that. No, don't move that. And we'll do this. We'll make this bigger. Yeah. I don't know what that, is it this? We can just get rid of this. This isn't doing anything. This is broken. All right. I like that. I like what we're cooking here. I think what we're cooking here is pretty OP. All right, let's get our game on, my guys. Wait, what? Why can I not hear? Is my headphones dead? Nope, they were on. Let me see. Audio. Is anything playing for you guys? Hang on. Speakers are right. Microphone is wrong. Why is it saying... Okay, Quadcast. Okay, that's right. What the heck, dude? guy. Is audio playing? Can I play some audio? There is no audio playing. Okay. No, but I like the graphics. Okay, okay. Why is there no audio? Oh, wait. Am I just a big dummy? Am I just a super big... No, because I've got monitor and output. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Where is my audio, dog? Oh, is it playing through the controller? Is that what's going on? Oh my god. What? No. No, I don't. I want you to use this. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the default was my controller. All right. That's better. That's more like it. There we go. Now if I open this. Hey, I can hear things again. 4 should be enough. All right. Let's try this. I've never played this game before. Ooh woo. Yeah, let's open it. Come on. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Lowercase, I mean, what does this gun do? You know what? No. No, I don't. This is going pretty good. You know what? Let's put some music on. Let's chill. Let's get some good vibes going. There we go. Ah, my game. Click. There we go. Yes. They got nothing on us. They got nothing on us. Look at this. Yeah, no, I've been playing a lot of Gungeon on my PS5. A lot of it. I will say, very fun game. Very, very fun game. I got it for free while it was on PS Plus, and I was like, ooh, this is it. This is kind of it, though. Because I love roguelikes. They're one of my favorite games. I regularly play the dailies and Slay the Spire, which I've done on stream before. I've also played Skull, and like I'm not some poser that just likes a little challenge, dude. He's an astrologer. He's very good at like stars. I love Florida Klaus. Florida Klaus is one of my favorite characters of all time. Much love, Italian Vaseline. I'm so glad you popped on by. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have to go. That's fine. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love to have you. And if you want to join in on the conversation, feel free to join our chat, conversate, have a good day, just chill, have some good vibes while you're working. And if you want to join the voice chat, I'm in the Anime Academic Discord. Just sort of chilling. We'll do this for a couple hours. I'm going to work on editing a video. If everything goes well, this video will be up today, and it will be about 7 hours long. It's the American Dad TBS era. I have gone back and forth on including extra things into it, and I'm at the point where I don't think I will. That being said, parts that I could add are ready for the next big video. But I think I want to build a little suspense for that one, because that's going to be our big baby. Which you can find the thumbnail for you can find the thumbnail for it in our Discord. I have been very vocal about the challenge that this new series has been for me. And it's a lot. But I don't regret deciding to cover it at all, and it only makes sense, especially now. We do some bullying sometimes. There we go. There we go. Look at that. The jolter just jolts. There we go. And I was far enough away that I was able to avoid any consequences for my bad plays. Oh, alien blaster. I mean, oh, new gun. Yay. Wonder what that one does. Do I get the blue or do I hold on to the key? I think I hold on to the key. I've got enough stuff to deal with the oubliette. Yeah, I'm good. I didn't take any damage. I've got a master round. I'm good. I'm cool. How are you doing? How's your day going? Are you doing well? Remember to stay hydrated. It's getting hot out there again. You know, drink your water. Hang out. Remember that you matter. No matter what. No matter what you're going through. Don't let it take you down. Don't let it break you down. Because that ain't very cash money. You're doing great. And sometimes you just need to hear somebody that you don't know saying that. You're doing great. Things are imploding all around us. Who knows what tomorrow will bring. But for now, I think we're all doing great. I think we're all doing the best that we can. And if we're doing the best we can, that's good enough. No one has to be perfect. As long as you're getting through the day, that means you're strong enough. See? See? This is why you hold on to the key. I would need 3 keys to get this one open to get to the plate, and I would need 2 to get to the actual contents of the green chest. Or we don't access any of that. Maybe I can find the mimic tooth necklace. I don't think I think you have to unlock it. Like, I think you have to run into the guy in the dungeon. And I mean, maybe I'll run into him now. I have unlocked him. Like, I have freed him from his prison. Brown, more like frown. Hey-o. We do some bullying. Come on. Come on. Fight me, tiny crown. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I am the Marine. If we could get wax wings, that would be pretty poggers. You know, like all the kids say. Kids still say poggers, right? See, there's a green chest. A green chest I wouldn't have to dig for. I love that it spells bullet whenever you fire it. And nothing else. I don't think it has any other synergies with any other weapons. Definitely doesn't say different things, but depending on which bullets you have for it. That would be weirdly creative for a game like this that seems to have constant upgrades and I'm still learning things about it. I mean, our guns are fine. We just take keys. Oh my lord. All right, let's use this. There we go. Ooh, and a key. So now we can get the green box, or the green chest, and we could get the other green chest if we wanted. Come on, come on. Bap. Bap, 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 bap. Bap, 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 bap. Good morning, Tylor. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. My buddy. Hey, I'll take it. Pink one stones, pretty good. Guessing this is not the boss. Okay, wow. Bully these. That's fine. I have not played Binding of Isaac. Like, I know I talk about bullet hells. I think my first, like, big roguelike bullet hell-esque experience was probably Super Meat Boy. Way back when. You know what? Let's see if we get a gun from fighting the blob. Because I will happily put Alien Blaster in here. I do not need Alien Blaster. Alien Blaster is a very specialized gun that I specially hate. I should have said specifically hate. Ah, that's on me. Whoop. 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 Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's fine. This is fine. That's fine. This is fine. No! That's fine. There's no master round for beating the blobby lord. Just gotta make sure I don't take any more damage. Wait, Tyler, you make content? Why am I just now finding this out? You gotta share that stuff in the Discord, dog. I know nothing about the newest Yu-Gi-Oh! I need people telling me what to think about it. Oh. Oh, exploding crossbow. Oh, that's so... Oh, that is so tempting. Alright, I don't think we're getting many bullets, so let's do this. Let's see what we get. Survey says... I'm glad I did that. I'm so glad I did that. I love the Scrambler. And the Scrambler has some of the best synergy in the game. Not that I would know that. This is my first time playing Gungeon, you see. Not videos, but I do fan art. And okay, so you've shared some of your fan art in the Discord. That's always neat. Now, is the new one... So walk me through. Isn't the new one like an alien or something? Isn't that his thing? Is that a hegemony carbine? Bleh. Bleh. Hegemony carbine is dog water. I hate it. Ew. Oh. I love that it default picked my my background for my Bob's Burgers video. Yes, the main character is an alien who came to Earth for rush duels as a way to stop a war on his home planet. An alien came to Earth for a Yu-Gi-Oh series as a way to stop the war on his home planet? Man, what an original idea that Yu-Gi-Oh's never done before. I've never even heard of a Zexal. What are you talking about? God. Zexal was the first series where I was like properly I had outgrown the series. I still watched it, but like I was in college, I think, when it was coming out, and I'm like, oh, this is odd. No, I don't think I was in college. I think it was right before college. I think it came out in like no, 2011, I think. Yeah. God. Man, I got a good morning text from my wife. I love that. I love her. Life is good. It's not always good. Hasn't been good for a while, but yeah, you take the small things. You take those small victories, you know? If you have someone that loves you anywhere in the world, that's good enough. Makes life worth living sometimes. Kick God. Kick God, you little scrub. And for those of you wondering, yes, I am absolutely making a common side effects video. I will try and have it out this week. If not, it will be out on Monday. Well, that's fine. I didn't really want to fight that secret boss anyway. It served its purpose as armor at the end of the day. Not that this is a particularly challenging room. I probably could have dodged it, but I don't know. I'm not really trying all that hard on this run. Ooh. Let me go ahead and... There we go. They also said that by making the lead an alien, the tutorialness of the first arc makes sense. That's... I'm not mad about that. That makes sense. And, like, you've got to do that. I don't know. And of course, this is me really wishing we had, you know, another proper Yu-Gi-Oh series. I'm not saying the Rush Duels ones aren't fun, but I need my, this is causing a digital cyber war, and unless we're able to stop the bad guys that are AI for some reason in Yu-Gi-Oh card games, the world as we know it is gonna end. Like, I need super high stakes. I need my big, you know, give me the big gong strong guy that has super quantums or something. And he's like always in a Sentai outfit. You know, I need my big city tournament. All my generic demands have to be met. Cause like I'm glad there's something there for people. I'm glad, you know, oh, I love this. I love what's going on here. Yeah, because GX did not teach you anything. But granted, the only mechanic it really had was fusion. Synchro spent some time explaining the math behind, like, synchros and tuners. And then they introduced the dark tuners and just completely ruined how math works. Nah, see, it subtracts the other monster to make dark stars. A mechanic so complicated they never incorporated it into the actual game. Even though I will say, you know, too complicated for kids to learn it, I would absolutely take Dark Synchro Dark Tuners now. Even though we've gotten a lot of those Dark Synchro monsters as actual Synchro monsters now. Because I think, like, Dark Flat Top was one. The Ice one was an option. Zexal did teach a little bit. Actually, I think Arc 5 really went deep on the explanations of things. Not only Pendulum, but also, you know, we're from the Synchro universe. Here's how Synchros work. Here's how fusions work. Now, I am of the opinion there should not be a fusion dimension. I get it. I do. But that means that that universe is effectively just throttled in its capabilities. Oh, yeah. I love the exploding. Like, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! It's one of my favorite games. But I feel like you can only really appreciate Yu-Gi-Oh! And love Yu-Gi-Oh! If you understand how nonsense it is. Like, if you are a true Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, much like if you're a true Magic fan, you have to critique everything about it. That's just the law of the land. Why is this room empty? Why did I have 2 empty battle rooms? Those were perfectly good encounter rooms. What's going on? Do I get the blue chest? What are your other options? Nothing. I don't think I'm getting the prime primer. Wait, rituals are in Rush now? Oh my god. What do I use? Let's try the Scrambler. Oh, yeah. Scrambler's the play here. That's fine. That's fine. Sure. Whoop. 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 No! Boop. 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 There we go. Sometimes it's just that easy. Oh, and I got shotgun. You see, it's a shotgun shell that shoots shotguns. All right, we got 6 hearts, 2 shields. Do I have anything I want to get rid of? Yeah, let's get rid of you. I'm an agent of chaos. Let's give it the shell. Why not? Rituals are coming physically to Rush next month, and the first ritual deck is Magician of Black Chaos. That makes too much sense. That makes just too much sense, I feel. And in Rush, the only change to... Oh, I'm sorry. The only change to rituals in Rush Duels is the one thing that would make rituals that much better in normal. Okay, would have made it better before they created all of the ritual support they made. Rituals should have initially been in the extra deck. Nowadays, rituals are so broken that I don't think it really matters anymore. And I think that was just largely trying to fix their mistake without admitting they made a mistake. There we go. Oh, event room. Oh, this is lay down his gun. I could do that. What? Oh, right. It has to have no ammo or spent ammo. It can't. It has to be a gun you fired. The worst part is I could probably take this all the way to the end. All right, now if I go talk to him. What? That's true. Rush Duels can change things on a whim. Traditional Yu-Gi-Oh! Can't rewrite the entire format of the game. They're still trying to make Union monsters work. Which, I love the designs of the new XYZ stuff, but, like, it's bad. Why wouldn't you make X-Head Cannon a Union monster? It was the thing it was missing the entire time. All you had to do was put Union on it. Yeah. That's just a good idea, because who doesn't need more hearts? Oh, and the king? King me! Ha 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 ha! Shattered skulls, shattered skulls. We're going this way, we're going down. Oh, we're going down. Not only do I remember Geminis, I remember playing, what was it, Gigaplant in Plants? And I remember someone telling me that Gigaplant was their ace boss monster and that he had won so many tournaments with his Gigaplant. I'm like, Gigaplant's great if you Lone Fire Blossom it out and then normal summon it again, sure. But, like, Geminis as a whole are pretty bad, my guy. Like, please don't brag about being the fourth, you know, a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. Like, no one could beat my Geminis. Like, I don't think that's true at all. Because unless you're running like 19 double summons, you are not getting a lot of value out of them. Like, are you going to sit there and tell me Chemicritters are going to change the game? Because you're lying. You're just straight fibbing. Oh, wait, do I do... Oh, that's the shot. Hey, I'll just let my little turtle buddy handle it. There it is. Hey-oh. I want to see if... I don't think I can get all the stuff for the bullet to kill the pass before 10 deaths, but... I always forget that explodes. Like, I always forget that triggers an explosion. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, gross. I would say outside of jammed enemies, the random turrets are my least favorite. Like, additional challenges to floors. I don't even hate the Reaper that much. The Reaper I can deal with. But these things, oh, these things I hate. Alright, let's go free the king, who will be great in future runs. There's a lot of those just unique types of Yu-Gi-Oh! Mechanics. Like, as weird as it is, also with the Rush anime, you finally get a proper sequel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Since Go Rush does have parts of it that build off the 7's ending. Hang on now, are you telling me that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX isn't a proper sequel? Hey, there it is. I don't care about anything else, I got what I needed. Well, we can at least get 3 parts. Yeah, we can get 3 parts. Like, we're doing very, very well. And I don't think there's any, unless it's like the glitch again. We should be okay. If it's the pillars, we might struggle a little bit, but we should be fine. The lead of 7's is an actual character in parts of Go Rush. Ah, I see, I see. So it is a true and proper sequel. All right. Yeah, let's open this. Got the key for it. Vertigun. Love it. I'm guessing that's the boss room. Gee, I wonder why I think that. Let's find out. I love my lips. I don't know why it's stuck in my head. I was watching AMV Hell the other day. Just to feel like I was in, you know, high school again. And I was like, again? I've gotten the door twice? That's fine, I guess. Jesus. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the door is a secret boss. Does it populate more in the beginning? Because, like, I get it maybe one, I mean, I've seen people get it sometimes within, like, the first 20 runs, but then it doesn't show up again. I don't know. Who knows, you know, like. See, like, Reaper, I don't really care that much. Because I can deal with him. Because all he does is this. And that's so easy to dodge, especially with wax wings. Flap. That's fine. Flap. Flap, flap, flap. Flap, flap. Flap, flap. I think it was just because it heard me say, like, so long as we get this, we'll be fine. And then I didn't get any of the normal floor 3 summons. I got the one secret boss I struggle with the most. We'll use the vertebrae. That's good for dealing with these guys since they have like 2 health. And their whole thing is swarming mechanics. Let me get rid of this guy. Yep. Come on. Come on, what do you got? There you go. Gonna fly high in the sky. Flying is the thing that I do, because I'm in Fairy Tail, and that was an okay series. Till it wasn't. Oh. I love that Hiro Mashima basically confirmed in all of his interviews that, like, hey, Fairy Tail is not supposed to be like this. 100-Year War, or 100-Year Quest was absolutely just because they wanted more Fairy Tail. I didn't really want to do it. I felt the story was done, and it wasn't even the story I wanted to do. I'm like, you know what? You know what? You could tell when it stopped being the story he wanted to do. And I love that. I have to wonder what his, you know, if the studio didn't interfere, what he was actually going to do with it. Because he didn't have any plans for a time skip, which arguably is the worst part of the series. And he just sort of does his own thing. And I have to wonder what it would have looked like. Ooh, sniper rifle. Sniper rifle is good. Me likey breadsticks. Me likey breadsticks. Old Goldie's good. Let's get rid of the vertebrae since I've already used most of the ammo. And finding ammo is hard. Oh, right. It works in tandem with that. The Egg Murderer. Yeah, Old Goldie's still good, though. Like, Old Goldie's one of the best shotguns. Fairy Tail in space. Look. Eden Zero was fine. I would dare say good for a lot of its run. And I know I will get flack for saying that, but I genuinely enjoyed a lot of Eden Zero. Now, am I absolutely biased because I'm a huge Hiro Mashima fan? Absolutely. Rave Master's Peak, dog, even if the first 10 volumes are a little rough to read. No, I took a damage. There we go. What you got? What you got? We're getting clowned, Gucci Mane. I need to bully him. Oh. What do I have that needs more bullets? Oh, yep. 5 to 100 seems like a good one. Ah! Spooky zombies. Ah! Well, it's gonna blow up, and that's fine. I don't need it. I was checking to see if I had a water weapon, and I don't. Boss room. I could clear it. But let's get this first. There's supposed to be an invisible path that you're supposed to get through. So is the Fire Punch Star Wars motivation the best in all fiction? Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, who doesn't love just looking for it? Oh. I need to watch more, what you call it. So, one of my favorite YouTubers posted their run and bun video, and it's like 3 hours long. I just want to see the next Star Wars. I just really want to see a Star Wars. Go on, go see a Star Wars. Do I pick up the sniper rifle? Decisions. I don't think so. I think we go to the boss and we see how we handle it. I think light guns. Oh, it's the pillars. Either I do incredible against the pillars, or I do horrible against the pillars. There's no in-between. And it looks like I'm doing horrible against the pillars, and that's fine. Oh. Oh, I hate the pillars so much. They're not hard if you have the right layout, but I do not have the right layout at all. I didn't unlock any hearts this run, did I? No, I did not. Do I buy them or do I go on? Let's go on. I've got 7 blanks. That should be enough. 7 blanks and a key helps a lot. The Galactic Inquisitor from Venture Brothers. Ignore me! Where is he? Where's the summon? There he is. Oh, it already summoned it. No! One of these rooms. Gross. Oh, the key man. I guess we'll take Ring of Mimic Friendship. You have to. I think you have to buy a certain number from him for him to unlock more items. Or maybe he doesn't, and I just wasted my key. Oh, good, boss. There we go. Was he really? I didn't know that. Well, it's so funny seeing like, it's like I'm a big fan of Royal Crackers. Michael Sinterklaas did the casting for that. Frickin' Dean did it. Like I always forget that Michael Sinterklaas is like a big anime voice actor. And I know him in things. He's in Gao Gaigar. He's in, you know, Bleach. But it's just, you hear him as Dean, and that's all you can hear is just Dean. But then you realize that, you know, he directs people like Stephanie Shea, and... Oh, just so good. I guess I could go and buy Brick of Cash now, but I don't really need to. Oh, I'm not winning this. That's really funny. That makes too much sense, but that's really funny. I love that this last forge area is basically just run the gauntlet of our toughest enemies, and then maybe like 3 new ones. Oh my god. Come on, just let me get to the blacksmith already. Please. Blacksmith. No. Well, that's bound to happen. Oh, you got to actually talk to him? That's so cool. How is he? Like, is he a good guy to talk to? A good guy to interact with? Oh, well, I didn't make it. That's fine. It's like, let me see if I can get in within the first 10 tries, and we're on try 10. So unless I get all the items in one run, which I'm not, I guess it is technically possible if I don't buy anything and somehow manage to get 2 keys, so I have the oubliette to get enough coinage, and then also get a bunch of rare drops, like, you know, almost 8 shells in one run, because I have to get 110. Then I have to carry it all the way to the end of the game. We hit something so perfect, too. That's fine. It happens. Granted, when I started the game, it took me well over 20 tries to get through floor 1 dependably. That's wonderful. So when I did my con panel hosting, which was an experience, and I got to do it with, you know, Amanda Windley and Tiffany Grant of Evangelion, and then Dorothy and Tom Fawn, as well as Joshua Seth. And that was all great, but one of them was a vocal, Honkai Star Rail voice actor who was also in the newest season of Kingdom as Heki. So I popped over and I'm like, I gotta know, do you read Kingdom? You know, just trying. He's like, my cousins tell me to read it, but no, I haven't. And I'm like, oh, Okay, well, I was just trying to make conversation. Like, no, I just haven't done it. Like, all right, cool, good talk. He was a last-minute replacement guest? See, I would actually want Michael Sinterklaas at anything I did. I love Michael Sinterklaas. He's the Neutra Gilga. Like, come on, bro. Whoop, careful. Come over here. Fight me. Alright, we gotta be careful about this. There we go. Perfect. Stop. Good. I don't know. I might be cool on going to anime con appearances anytime soon. It was a lot. Great to meet my heroes, though. Love doing that. That was great. They were delightful. Tom and Dorothy are so nice. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I mean, that's fine if I have to spend 30. I think Demon Head is good enough that I'm not regretting. Oh, it's Demon Gull. That's fine. Gotta avoid the missiles and keep a distance. There we go. Yeah, Demon Head's really good. So Zip 22, a joke or bad idea? What is Zip 22? Audio is pretty low? Okay, I can boost the audio. Just a moment. Do. Bop, bop. How's that? Is that better? I can also... How's this? Is this better for you? Can you hear me now? But what is Zip 22? Let me... Zip 22. Oh, that's a Gungeon. Okay. Oh, good old Hickok. It's clearer at least? Okay. I mean, I can go... Like, I don't want to clip, but... That should be good, I imagine. Alright. I already have 103. I don't need to go to the Oubliette. Oh, you know what? Let's go. Our mission is see how perfect of a run we can do. That does look like a very dumb joke. There we go. Hop. 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 No! I lost an armor! Hop. 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 There we go. Hate that room. Ooh. Alright, now we have enough for the primer. I thought the mission for this game was to gun things with guns and the bigger gun that also happen to sometimes be guns. It's true. It's true. And the dungeon itself is shaped like a gun. No, I actually really enjoy Gungeon. But I am a masochist. Because I adore just genuinely difficult roguelikes. And I would say that Gungeon is probably the hardest one I've ever played. Because, like, Dead Cells, it has a high learning curve, but once you get through it, it's really not that bad. What is this? Infuriating now. Oh my god. Well, that's one of them. I just need 3 more. Everything's dropping so much money. Oh. Save that for later. Tuck it away. I'll try with the demon head I have now. Ugh. It's the worst one. Oh, I hate this guy so much. There goes that. There we go. I wish it worked that way, Tyler. I really do wish it worked that way. Magnum's fine, I guess. It's not like amazing. It's not horrible. Really want to get that second master. Gungeon is really, or Ammoconda is really the only one that you will struggle with no matter where in the game you are, I feel. Like, no matter what, it's always going to be annoying. Is that blanks? That's funny. Not that it'll matter. It's a pretty funny one to pick up, you know, right now. Yeah, I'll take 3. I think I should be okay to not take damage for a couple rooms. He says, and then boop. I'll probably take damage in this room and lose them. Hey, Mega Man hand, let's go. It's not even that good. Like, I don't know why I'm like, hey, Mega Man hand, let's go. Alright, so this dungeon's clear. We've got the Prime Primer. Next up is our little slider. And we'll probably go till 12, and then I'll get to working on this video, which should drop today. You know, if you've seen the other American Dad videos, it'll be touched up for your viewing pleasure. There won't be any additional content, but there will be like a little teaser for it. The teaser, of course, being for our Family Guy / Berserk combination, the golden era. Hey Lois, it's me, the Black Swordsman. darkness and apostles. Well, that was short-lived. I love playing Mega Man. Ah, yes, it's Rockman. Hasta luego. What am I on? 3? I'm on 3. Boop, 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 boop. Brian better be Griffith, considering in the early he was actually enjoyable than yeah. I think Brian as Griffith is the play there. It makes too much sense. The Mega Man gun, like, it's not a bad gun. It's actually very utilitarian. Like, you're gonna get full use out of it. Now that I'm thinking about it, let me refresh my demon head. Oh my. And the Mind Flayer, of course. Another just super hard boss. Just don't have very many good boss weapons for this guy. How much health does he have? Jesus. No. Okay, I got lucky on that one. That's fair. The Griffith being Stewie idea was literally just because execs told them to add more Stewie because Stewie was the big character, much like how they did that with Bart in Simpsons. Armor of Thorns is okay. I'm pretty sure it's a Dark Souls reference to the rolling spike armor. Oh, that's right. I picked up fat bullets. I never even considered it. Hop, 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 hop. But Brian does absolutely feel better, or work better, because he does start as Peter's best friend. Oh. Gee, Lois, this is worse than that time I was a hunter for Korea. Nah, I'm Jin Woo. Oh, this is worse than that time, you know. Without dodge rolling. Bet, Chief. Hidden tech beast. Hey, that's a real weapon. Alright, let's go get... No! I hate this game. I don't, but I do. Okay. I saw we got Shangri-La Season 3. I'm excited. I wonder how far it's gonna go. Because how far did Season 2 go? Alright. So that's done. Alright. I can't do a good Quagmire. I can't even do it. Like, I can't really do any good Family Guy voices. My Peter leaves a lot to be desired. Wait, I'm curious. I've got 36 shots. I'm not gonna need all of them. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It's such a big bullet. Season 2, I think, got a bit into the GGC, but I haven't seen the last few episodes to see if they actually started the exhibition. Oh, okay. So it's setting up for the big tournament, but hasn't actually done it. Oh. Big bees! Look at these big bees! Boop. Boop, boop. 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 I love when it takes a second. It's like, you didn't clear that room that fast, did you? That's gonna look so pretty. I'm ready for that. They're playing as a villain. Yes, they are. They're playing as a real villain. Ah, like, people are like, I don't understand the motivation for Sunraku. There's no world-ending threat. I'm like, you haven't played a video game ever, have you? Much less like an MMO. He wants to beat the game. That's the whole message. Well, he needs something more. Does he? Does he really? Sure, they get locked in the game. Does that really change his motivations at all? Because I would argue, I find it way more interesting to see him learning techniques or going back to other games to refresh himself on those techniques to get better at that game. Because, like, even the GGC arc, he gets rewarded with things that can improve his game in Shangri-La Frontier. It's not just like some filler arc or anything. It actually serves a purpose. I'm mad you can't, like, stun him. You can freeze him. You can, like, give him afflictions, but you can't actually, like, stop him from firing his lasers for a second. Oh, there's some will they, won't they romance. Is there really? Doesn't really feel like will they, won't they romance. Feels like she just needs to say, you know, hey, I have a crush on you, and he'll go, cool. You gonna go online tonight? Like, all the ladies do not want him, which I love. But it's not like he's a social pariah for playing video games. You know, oh, here's the guy that plays as female characters because they have smaller hitboxes. Yep, sure. I've heard that one before. It's a crazy concept. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Well, I walked into that. See, it takes a second. Pop. I mean, we can buy some items here now. Gunite Greaves aren't bad. He's 38. Okay. Oh, it's the hunter. Okay. Well, we really want to free him, but I'm guessing if this is the layout for everything, I'm not going to get the key until the boss room, which is fine. That's 38 right there. Boom, boom. Summon a horde of bees. Really? The locked door leads to another locked door that leads you to another green chest? Okay. Boss room? Not boss room. Yeah, I can do it that way. I don't want to do it that way. Alright, so where's the boss room then? Oh, is it down here? Got it. Look at that. Alright, what do we want to use? I think we use the beehive here. Yeah, beehive is the play. Well, can't win them all. Let's go to the breach. Let's buy some weapons. See if that'll help us. Usually it does. Because I've got 37. That's good enough. Oh, do I have to buy everything for it to reset it? Okay, there you go. Shakugan no Shana and Kaguya-sama. I have not heard of Shakugan no Shana in years. That's fun. That's very, very fun. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a good day of anime. I am gonna probably do this one last run. We'll call it for the day, and then I'll be working on that video so we can hopefully get this trending and, I don't know, maybe do well. So, you know, if you wanna share the American Dad video that's coming out today on, like, you know, the American Dad Reddit and be like, oh, the anime academics are awesome and cool. You know, you could totally do that. You might get an upvote from your guy. Oh, nice. I'm pretty sure I watched Kaguya-sama. That sounds really familiar. I don't know. We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying to push out content. Still looking for other work. Still trying to make everything work and function, but we're working on it. We're getting there.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going great. Let me.
Fantastic.
Hang on. Hang on. All right. Let's see here. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
It's Ed. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Had a bad time, and I figured no one's decided to take advantage of the ability to go into the VC and effectively be on stream. So
Exactly.
why not?
There you go. Wonderful. Glad to have you. How's your day going?
It's going fine.
Wonderful.
Sadly, 80-degree day in wonderful Maryland with no real AC in the house.
Fantastic. Nothing better than sweating every way imaginable.
Thankfully, I have a little portable unit in my room, so I'm going to be able to just have that going to keep things in check some, so that's good.
There you go. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Survey says Gatling gun. Damn it. Oshinoko episode 1. Is Kaguya-sama in the Oshinoko world? Did I miss that?
Yep. Yeah. Kaguya shipped like, I think one of the chapters on kind of a background thing, at least referenced her in a photo. So, yeah, no, it's the same world.
Ah.
Also, fun fact, the author of Oshinoko and Kaguya-sama is friends with the one of 100 Girlfriends.
100 girlfriends?
The 100 Girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Okay, sure. That sounds odd.
It works far better than it really should.
Okay.
At this point, they're at 32 distinct girlfriends the guy has. And they are all actually distinct. Only maybe 2 that are actually bad.
Why does he have so many girlfriends? Why is this
because
a thing?
Okay, so it's because the guy in charge of that kind of stuff, when he was, checking the sheets to, make sure, various people have a soulmate and all that, the computer was on. And he got to the one really good scene when he was doing Rentars, so he actually put down 100 instead of just 1.
So he has 100 soulmates.
Yes.
That's why.
And if they don't get with him, they will have miserable lives and possibly die in misery.
Okay.
Luckily, the lead is just the kind of guy who is willing to give absolutely everything of himself to give them all of the love and affection that they need and deserve. So that's good.
Oh, well, that's so delightful.
Yeah, season 2 just ended, and the ending scene was from a chapter of the manga that has them all talk about what they like about each other, and it actually fully translated. The wall of text, there's at least 1 page in the manga of him describing all sorts of very specific details about all of the, at that time, like 10, 11 or so girlfriends he had. It was dense.
It sounds dense. It sounds... Oh, God.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
The VA did all of it. They sped it up to make sure it didn't take up too much time in the episode, but it was all there, including text in the anime, to make sure you knew all the things he was saying rapidly.
Oh, my God.
They put in a lot of effort. They didn't have to, but they did, and I appreciate it.
This is the worst drop ever. Only the worst drop is me uninstalling this game.
But is it a worse drop than that time a friend of mine ended up dropping the pizza and grabbing the napkins instead?
What?
Oh yeah, one time. I was at an anime club. Two of my friends went out to pick up the pizza, and one of them was carrying the pizza. Yeah, he also glued some napkins. Stuff was slipping out of his hand, and for whatever reason, he ended up clutching to the napkins instead of holding the pizza.
Oh no.
We almost lost the pizza.
That's just tragic right there.
Especially on a Friday night anime club. Man, that would be absolute tragedy if we didn't have pizza.
Ah. Oh no. Yeah, no, I've interacted with many an anime club, and if they do not have greasy sustenance, they get very, very cranky. Very cringe, but very cranky. And they always demand the same thing. When are we gonna watch Haruhi Suzumiya?
Actually, no. Not in that case.
Oh?
Because none of us liked Haruhi at the time.
Wow.
Like, there was only one guy who still liked it. The rest of us either didn't care or were tired of it.
That seems to be the common consensus, is that people are just tired of Haruhi. Oh,
I was
God.
tired of it when Endless 8 came out.
The old yaoi paddles. People don't understand the culture back then.
They don't. So much that it's just absolutely lost. Legitimately, just so much that's just not fucking recorded.
Nope. Like, my dad
And
was
it's just
big
gonna be-
into, like, the VHS era of anime conventions, and that, like, when they were out of garages and everything. And then I get into them around, like, 05, 06, and it's just not...
Yeah.
It's crazy to see how things have changed.
Oh yeah, how stuff has changed from like I want to say maybe late 70s, earliest, more so the 80s to now has just been crazy.
Oh, yeah. Now you have, like, the entire LA Convention Center taken over by anime and Luffy on Macy Day Thanksgiving floats. And it's like, that was not how it was back then.
Mm-hmm. The most we would get is freaking Pikachu.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
you know, that works with Macy stuff, but like, Luffy, just no. It's not even that I dislike Luffy, it's just he does not seem like a good choice. That is that actually enduring.
I think, wasn't Gear 5 in the newest float?
I don't know. I didn't really watch or check into that stuff. I've only found about this now from you.
Huh? Well, there you go. Yeah, no,
Yes.
Goku and Luffy were both parade floats, and then Luffy deflated because his hat got popped.
I say Goku makes more sense, but that's mostly because of how popular he is in Latin America.
Oh, yeah. All right, we should be able to destroy anything here. Oh, good. It's the one I don't have to try on. Boop. Boop. Damn
Man,
it.
this is just reminding me of how just weird my luck is and how that affects things sometimes. How that can just utterly skew things in ways that make no sense.
Right.
You know, it'll suddenly make so things just go suddenly drastically better or drastically cascading failure.
All in or all out. It's the ultimate Murphy's clause.
Yep. Like, I was running the one of the Star Wars RPGs, one of the tabletop ones, Edge of the Empire, the starter box on Saturday. And, yeah, got to the part where, the party's supposed to be finding some TIE fighters. It was not a well-balanced encounter because those TIEs hit really fucking hard. They are lore-accurate, old EU TIE fighters.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like, the Empire is actually competent and scary. You do not fuck with them. The book warns you to run when you see the stormtroopers.
But of
And
course
they
they had
decide-
to try.
Yep. No. These guys, no. One of these guys is a diehard Empire fan.
Oh.
And running from the Empire, he knows. No, we are not doing this. And he was playing a Wookiee, so we just shoved a stall in front of an alley, then they just ran. So we basically didn't have that combat encounter, which the book tells you to warn them, run. So yeah, that was fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I have not done a tabletop RPG in a minute. I think the last one I did was a Fallout one God,
Oh, neat.
4 years ago. It's a pretty fun little game. But the weird thing is, it's not based off of a D20
Well,
sheet
yeah,
rating.
following the GURPS, which is absolutely not D20.
No.
Because the special system is just a variation on the GURPS system.
But it's a lot of fun. We did a whole hunting the Mothman story, and it was like a cryptid hunt through West Virginia. I wanted a New Vegas campaign, but they didn't have one. I'm like, well, that's nonsense. They should have one. The best Fallout. It's the best video game. Standoff. Oh.
Okay. I only tried New Vegas in the last year or so, so like I don't have the same level of personal impact that it would have had for a lot of other people. It's good. It's just it's a bit harder to get into now, especially now that I actually finally have the ability to reliably play it.
Right.
In fact, how how things have kind of developed. I'm not even saying it's bad. It's a bit harder for me to get into it in comparison for other people.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Like I found it in 2011, so only a couple years after it had come out, like when we were still playing with our 360s and everything. Or no, 2012. I played it in 2012, and it was, I mean, I loved it. If they ever make it with like modern graphics, I think that would be. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be able to do more lines or anything, but.
Yeah. Frankly, it was just just a bit of DLC that all it is just it's new textures and that's it. There you go.
Oh yeah.
They're not going to do that then. It's not going to happen. And be grateful for it because you don't want to see how they'll fuck it up.
Oh. Come on. Come on. I'm just doing this wrong. That's what's going on here. I'm just doing this wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Ba, 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 ba. So have you been watching anything that you've been enjoying? Anything that's been jumping out at you?
I mean, other than Shangri-La Frontier, which has been great. 100 Girlfriends also been nice to watch that. They put in effort into that anime adaptation. They didn't have to. And it has been nice. Because I read the manga since early on when it was getting translated. And again, it's really better than you'd think it would be with a name like that.
Right.
Though, if you don't like harem stuff, this isn't going to convince you otherwise.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, if you do like harem stuff, it's going to be surprisingly enjoyable. Also, Shangri-La Frontier, of course, which
Obviously.
is great. And, can't bring that up enough because more people need to watch it. Because it's popular in Japan, but not enough people here, are enjoying it. And, like, I've seen reactions of people, watching some of the openings or some of the anime itself, and it's just always, they fucking love it. I need want a lot more attention, just a little bit more, so I get more memes and a bit more fan art and stuff like that.
But they
I don't
can't
want big
enjoy it
attention.
because solo leveling exists, and Sunraku couldn't beat Jinwoo. Therefore, he's a bad protagonist.
I don't care, but I don't care about that. I'm not one of those filthy, disgusting verse battlers.
What? You don't think power scaling matters in the world of anime? And you think stories should just be told? How dare you? How dare you believe such a controversial hot take?
There are times when power scaling might matter. Mostly, though, no. I just want something that's going to be fun, enjoyable, a good watch, or some variation of that. It doesn't even need to necessarily have good story. Just need to be something I can enjoy watching or interest me. If it's got good story, great. If it's got good art, great. If it's got neither, but just something that hooks me, also great. Because the big reason why I like anime is mostly just because I just want some more animated stuff. That's not just kids or the same range of adult stuff or overly artsy stuff that just gets tiresome.
That was probably the biggest thing I had to work on when I was working on my thesis was like, I need to explain to people that it's okay for an anime to be dumb. Not everything has to be, you know, Studio Ghibli or Studio Saru. It doesn't have to have like these groundbreaking graphical ideas, and you need to understand that like you could do cheap animation and have something really, really, really entertaining, and that's good. If it sells well, that means it succeeded.
Yeah, it doesn't always need to be an artistic achievement to be an achievement. Because I still remember watching Bobobo when that was on Cartoon Network.
And that was great. It was dumb, but it was great. Churros.
Yeah.
Get your churros.
Or, of course, the legendary Sesh.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I was a Jelly Jiggler fan myself. Need a hanky? It was...
Well, frankly, I preferred both. I favor between the two. They were both equally enjoyable.
They were. Honestly, they were all great. I got to interview Richard Epcar years and years and years ago. I was like, how did that happen? How did the pitch meeting for Bobobo happen? And they went, well, they brought me in. They said, say these lines. They didn't tell me what it was for until we had already done the first episode, and then they showed me. And I understood immediately. And that sits with me every day. It's just like, he had no idea he was going to be in Bobobo, and then he owned it.
That sounds like the right way to handle that when you have decently talented voice actors.
Oh, yeah. Because I think Lex Lang was the one that was doing the ADR on that, and they had just finished working on Lupin Part 2 at the time.
Still saying that we won't get the rest of that with them doing the English dub of Part 2.
They got most of it.
Oh, yeah, they got like
100.
At least half.
14 episodes.
There's 100. I think it was a little over that. I think it was close to 120.
Yeah,
but I might have that mixed up because the 2 Miyazaki animated episodes also got dubbed before then.
Right.
So, like, I was thinking in my head it's 150, but it could be because of those 2 episodes. That's why I think that. So, what nice if all of it was dubbed. Also, mild pity that Part 3 didn't get dubbed, but there's a whole story there I stumbled across that involves Inspector Gadget that is surprising to find out about.
Oh, yeah. No, like... well, there's also, Lupin in Space, and...
No, that's it. We didn't get Lupin in Space, but instead we got Inspector Gadget and Lupin Part 3.
Right.
Which, you know what? We probably got the better timeline in that aspect, at least. Or do you want to be in the world with someone Inspector Gadget?
I mean, I'll always take more Lupin. Like, I don't care what the cost is for that. I will do whatever Faustian deal there is to get more Lupin.
I don't know. This last decade, we got a lot of Lupin.
We did.
Like,
we got
3 new series.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, controversial take.
Yeah,
I didn't like Part 6 all that much. I thought it was
that's
fun.
fair.
Part 4.
I think Part 6 had some okay parts, but 4 and 5 were definitely better.
They were just the more solid product overall.
Yeah. Part 6 is just kind of a mess. Like, the one episode that's kind of stuck with me from Part 6 was just the one where Fujiko met an angel.
Oh, yeah.
And it just...
That was just such a surreal episode, too. Like, it didn't make sense.
No, it's like, oh, okay, so we don't care, just do an art episode, just don't waste too much money for the finale.
And what's that? It's Lupin's sister, but not really his sister, and you don't really get anything about him after Part 5 gave you this whole big, he finally revealed his face to Fujiko and everything.
Oh, yeah. Part 5 was a great place to just kind of stop for a while and do more series, but then they did Part 6 anyway. And one of the things that slightly annoyed me about one of the flashbacks of Part 5 was I want to know if there was actually a thing that had Fujiko and Lupin dressed up as pirates with airships from the last 20 years. I want to see this.
But
I do not think
get that.
I want to see it.
Has the last Tombstone movie hasn't come out yet, has it?
The what now?
So, like, the blood spray of Goemon Ishikawa, because I think the last one is Lupin, and it's him being attacked by the nation of, like, assassins or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. But I didn't really keep track of the Fujiko spin-off stuff too much. It just didn't hook me when the anime was starting, and I watched the Goemon movie and I think one of the other ones, and they were okay. They just... Oh yeah, I watched the 2 Jigen movies and the Goemon one. They were okay, animated well, but they just didn't hook me as well as, like, the more regular Lupin stuff.
Well, that's fair. I think they were just supposed to be, like, quick adventures.
Yeah.
And then you get stuff
Nothing
like
bad
the
about them, too.
Lupin the Third
Did-
crossover with Cat Eye for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Which was weird. Not bad. Just a choice.
I mean, it's him with Detective Conan. It's him with frickin' Magic Kaito. It just,
And no City Hunter.
No City Hunter. I'm surprised by no City Hunter.
Yeah. It's like, of all the things, like Magic Kaito, Cat's Eye, but not City Hunter. City Hunter seems like a better choice.
Isn't Cat's Eye... What is the spinoff from City Hunter? Is that not Cat's Eye?
They're in the same universe, at least. I don't know if... I think it's Angel Heart is the sequel / spinoff to
Angel Heart.
City Hunter.
I think you're right on that one.
Yeah. And there's also the reincarnation one that happened in the last decade that all I know is that it exists, and I don't really know much else about it.
So you gotta do Lupin the Third crosses over with Ultraman or something. Just Lupin the Third Godzilla crossover win.
You know, this reminds me of a fanfic I came across that was basically what if Lupin was summoned during Fate Zero?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fucking done. He gets incarnated by the end from what I saw in the TV tropes, and Zenigata just keeps chasing him.
I love
Because
that.
Zenigata's still fucking alive. He is just running fucking circles around everyone, including Gilgamesh.
Good old Zenigata. I am done from making Mecha March anime videos, kinda. You make content too, Just Stormy? You gotta share that nonsense in the Discord. What are you making? Did you just review every Super Robot Wars and how it'd be better with Lupin the Third as a cast member? Have his car be his, guide ship.
I mean, yeah, or just have the car just be his unit.
Yeah.
And just the attacks are just Goemon or Jigen.
Look, all I'm saying is if the swordfish from Bebop can do it, they can give him his little car.
Counterpoint, the Fumos from Full Metal Panic.
Oh, yeah. God.
Like, if those can be in there, Lupin's car can be a unit too.
Like, what was it? It wasn't, I think it was Jay that I was playing that had Full Metal Panic. And I was like, wow, this is really dumb. Why would they put Full Metal Panic in? Because I only really knew Full Metal Panic from Full Metal Panic, like, the first season and Fumofu before it actually got, like, dark and deep. So I didn't understand any of the story till I was playing the Super Robot Wars games. And like, oh my god, this is incredible. What do you mean there's, like, a sniper fight?
Yeah, I gotta go back and rewatch the first season of Full Metal Panic. I've rewatched Fumofu a few times. I never finished the first season. Still need to go back and watch it all the way through.
Oh yeah, Arsène Lupin is public domain. Lupin the Third is not yet. I don't think it will be. I think they're gonna hold on to that one as long as they can. They'll just keep pumping out Lupin content, even if Monkey Punch dies, even if the voice for Jigen dies.
Monkey Punch is dead.
Huh?
Well, consider the Monkey Punch has been dead for a few years now.
Yeah, he has.
And, like, it's not a bad thing as long as it's handled well. Like, don't forget, the Dragon Ball Super manga had an interesting-ish arc or two after they got past the Tournament of Power. I wouldn't say it was the best, but it was not bad. Could have been better, but it was interesting stuff at least.
Super Robot Wars. Yeah, no, and it did. I don't really know how I feel about granola and all that, but there was some potential.
Yeah.
Can anime characters be public domain? Yes, there are a couple that are public domain. Mostly because studios lapse on their coverage of them. And because but the problem with that is when there's no license, a lot of them were on film that got burned or destroyed to save space.
Yeah, don't you love how much off there are just because a handful of warehouses just burned down and everything was absolutely destroyed? How that just keeps happening?
Japan is just very flammable.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Hollywood too.
Oh yeah. Well, I think
Wasn't
there also like
there's
Doctor
a leak.
Who that got like a lot of it burned down, and they had to find at like stations original cuts of Doctor Who episodes?
With Doctor Who, it's not so much that the lost episodes are initially because they're burned down, but because of the BBC's policy at the time, which was destroying recordings because of rights issues, because the actors wanted to make sure they got paid properly. And they originally, because they were coming from the stage, wanted to be paid for every airing. And the intention was, early on at least, they'd instead of showing a recording again, the actors would just come back and act again, the whole stuff all over again. Didn't really work out as we see, but for Doctor Who, they just kept doing that until sometime into the third Doctor's run. So that's about a decade of stuff that was mostly lost, and the only reason it was preserved for a good chunk was because of fans, with at least one fan who read a fair few things, and the BBC sued him because he had those. They still took it and still, sold it to people, afterwards preserved and stuff like that, but they sued him for having preserved the stuff they tried to destroy.
That whole thing is messed up. Good old
It
BBC.
absolutely is. And it's also a large portion of why, there might be copies of some of these episodes still floating around with some of these fans that they are just not willing to send in because they don't want to be sued.
Understandably.
Yep.
Why is Yuri? Because Witch from Mars is in it. That's true. And Witch from Mercury is in Super Robot Wars. Therefore, I think we can all declare Super Robot Wars is now officially DEI. Let's excuse the fact that Cross Ange has been in the game since like 2009, like the year after the anime came out. But yeah, no. Now Super Robot Wars is DEI. I declare it, and if the Anime Academic declares it, it is true. That's the rule. I don't know. I'm excited for Y. I love that Y might actually be the first, like, console release. Like, they put out the trailer for it on Sony's US channel. So that kind of implies that there's going to be a US release for it, which would be the first time that's happened.
What?
Mercury, Mars... Well, yeah. Unless you bought a Shanghai, Hong Kong copy.
Well, that's Super Mario 30th.
Did 30th get a hardcover release in the West?
Oh, no, how about Steam?
Oh, yeah, it was on Steam, but I don't think it was on PlayStation, is what I'm saying.
I was thinking at all. But yeah, getting a PlayStation release, that is big. Because once they
30th was the first to get, like, an actual... But even, I think that was just digital. I got my Hong Kong copy. That's how I know. And I love that game. I love that game so much. It's so big. 30 is probably too much for a new fan, though.
Yeah. I mean, I started with J not long after they had the English translation for it, which, I'm glad for because J was pretty cool. But I also kind of wish we could get, like, some fully translated versions of Alpha or Z. No series, that would be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Or the stuff that's already basically all in English that they just haven't brought over to the US yet, like, what was it? X and a few others.
XT, because that was, like, T was the one I started with. That's still probably my favorite of the game series so far. And I played J, played X, played 30, obviously. 30's just great because it's got Gridman. Everybody loves Gridman.
I'm appreciated for a few things. Gridman is one of them. Also, that they actually included Victory Gundam in it.
Oh, yeah.
For what is effectively the first US release game amongst the Gundam series that includes Gundam Victory, which I think is underappreciated, but I also think it's one of those ones that's the most deserving of a rebuild treatment more than any of the other Universal Century mainline series.
It never got any love, and it deserves love. It's a really good series. I enjoy Victory.
Yeah, it has its issues. It definitely does. But I appreciate it. Could have been better, but also it could have been so much worse in the face of the maximum depression and trying to burn down the series Tomino was in at the time.
Yeah.
I still appreciate that just how capable Uso is, and that he just has one of the happiest endings of all of the UC pilots.
I don't know. Judo Ashta had a pretty happy ending. He gets to go back and get trash.
That depends on whether or not you consider the Victory, was it Gaiden chapter they did? That has what is possibly future Judo.
Oh no, what happens to future Judo? I'm not familiar.
Well, they gathered up pretty much, so they got a colony. One half of it is basically filled up a lot of cryo tubes with basically all new types. The other half is nothing but engines, and they are setting up to blast it right out of the solar system to escape all the bullshit going on. He offers Uso to go with him. Uso turns him down because they're in the middle of fighting the Zanskier. And he's all those people he cares about, in the solar system. But yeah. So he's an old man with a broken down double Zeta that's called the Gamp, or is it the Gump, or something like that. That's got a peg leg. And you see it go out using its final high mega particle cannon fired from its head. It gets in that colony turned into a sleeper ship, basically, as they escape the solar system. While Uso watches in the distance.
That sounds depressing as hell.
Oh wow, it's a Victory spinoff. What do you expect?
I thought Judo got a happy ending.
Yep. He doesn't call himself that there, but it is extremely likely that it's him from everything I've heard people talk about there.
Just from everything that's implied, it's almost definitely him.
Yeah. Doesn't have the name, but looks like him. Also, the details about it. He uses a double Zeta. How many people really have double Zetas, let alone in UC 150?
Yeah. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah. So Judo, if you ignore that, he also probably has a happy ending in the face of the whole, solar system going to hell in a Warring States period, where in about 10 years after Victory, they don't have the ability to make beam weapons anymore.
That universe is so huge.
Yeah. The Universal History has a lot of really neat stuff to it, but I also don't mind them moving away from it, because it got kind of full with stuff. Let's just be happy Mad Wang never got any further than just the 3 novels it was, and only translations of maybe one of the novels, maybe, or a couple chapters of it at least. Shit got, from what little I've been able to gather, even weirder there.
Ooh.
It's UC 1500, I believe. After I believe it was intergalactic civilization had kind of fallen and humanity retreated back to Earth. It gets weird. I don't know much. I do know that all the bits I heard just sound like it gets real fucking strange, with all sorts of cryo sleep, cyber new types, spaceships that have FTL, bigger and badder Gundams than ever before, and other shit like that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Just bigger Gundams.
Yep.
Did someone got
Also,
raped? Did you know there is a Penguin Transformers that shares its VA with Naruto Junko Takeuchi? Break the Penguin name is Break. I did not know that. 30 has a Sentai team in it? Who's the Sentai team that they have?
Well, for the DLC they don't, but they did add some of the Sentai teams to the mobile games.
Oh.
Yeah, at least one of the mobile games has at least Zenkai, I think 1 or 2 other Sentai teams. Also, fun fact, I believe it might have been DD of the two mobile games that Super Wars had, is the only other appearance of Go Lion, what we know in America as Voltron. Because it turns out Voltron had more of an impact here than in Japan.
Oh yeah, no, if I remember, it completely just sort of bombed in Japan. It didn't do anything, but the Voltron adaptation, for some reason, was so beloved.
Mm-hmm.
From Beast Wars Neo. Oh, okay, I see.
But yeah, I find it weird with some of the stuff of people saying they want to make it more accurate when the one that was actually more meaningful and had impact was the American Chop Chop dub.
Right.
Which I just find funny. I get it a bit better with Macross, but with Go Lion, no, that is not a good example at all. In fact, that is specifically one of the worst examples.
That's so funny, because like when I was talking with Tiffany Grant, who plays Asuka in Neon Genesis Evangelion, she was like, I'm such a huge Macross fan. I love Robotech more than anything. I'm like, wait, what? And she just goes on and on about all these Super Robot series that she adores. I'm like, you're actually like a full-blown mecha head, aren't you?
Yeah, that's not surprising to me.
Like, we talked Godanner for God, like an hour and a half.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Because she did the ADR for Godanner and the script adaptation for it.
Neat.
That's
pretty cool.
Lion on its chest. That's fair. Wait.
Yeah, it's got a lion on its head and it's limbs, but there's no lion on its chest. Where's the lion on its chest?
It needs more heads. Needs more. What was the name of? What was the? Okay, so there was. What was the big one? What was the big one that had like 40 that combined in on itself? There was Voltron, and then there was it like Cosmic Voltron?
Yeah, no, it was like something like Cosmic or Vehicle Force Voltron.
Vehicle Force, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think that used, what was the show? Die Rugger, I think, is the basis.
Oh. So that's not a continuation of Go Lion. That's its own thing that just got adapted in as like kind of Macross. Or kind of...
Funny thing, actually, on that, there was actually supposed to be a third Voltron series that was on paper called Gladiator Voltron. We don't know much about it because they didn't get that far, but it probably would have been better than the Vehicle Force one.
Oh.
Yeah, there's also these little it's really cool.
Gao King from Gaoranger?
Yeah, Ranger.
Gao Ranger, gotcha.
Super Sentai.
Ah.
We used it as Wild Force here in the States for Power Rangers.
Oh, that was Wild Force? I gotcha.
Yeah.
See,
and
my Sentai knowledge is limited, and I say this with a wedding ring that's literally Zaruba from Garo. Because I have not seen Garo, I have only seen the anime, and I am a Sword fan. I love Sword. He is my favorite.
Ah.
The only Sentai that I will ever just keep up with, and I don't even keep up with it that much, is JoJo.
That is fair.
And that's about it.
Also, welcome, Psychedelia98. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's see here.
Not too much. I'm in my sister's home from school today, so I'm just right now we're on break, taking a 20-minute break from her work. So I'm just gonna be here for shortly.
Oh, fun. Come on. What you got? You ain't got nothing. Gucci man. Got those on YouTube? Awesome. Which one?
That would surprise me.
Yeah, no, I just really like the pretty anime that they always put out. That's about it.
That's fair.
My Kamen Rider knowledge, I like the one where they turn into fruit. Like that, it is limited.
I have seen a fair bit of Kamen Rider. Like, you've definitely seen more, but Ghost strained me. Ghost was so boring after a while.
So
I just couldn't keep up with it.
I tried Ghost. I was like, okay, so the first series I watched all the way through was Build. And I really like Build. I think Build is a great intro common series. But I tried Ghost,
I can see that.
and I was like, Ghost is so boring. Like, I thought I was missing something.
Yeah.
And then I kept looking at reviews. It's like, no, this is actually just bad.
Yeah, no, it's just boring as sin. Unless it just hooks you right. If it hooks you right, you're gonna enjoy it. But if it doesn't, it's gonna be boring as sin. But if you want a good one to watch, Forza. Watch Forza. Written by the same guy who did Gurren Lagann.
Forza is the car one, right?
No.
No? What's
It's
Forza?
the space one. Forza is the space one.
Oh, right, where he's got like the rocket fist and everything.
Rocket Arm, yes. Also the drill way. It is written by the same guy who did Gurren Lagann, and it shows. Power of friendship all the fucking way.
I mean, who doesn't love the power of friendship, though?
It is nice. Double's also pretty good. So good that I got an anime like 10, 15 years after it was done.
Was that Fuko PI?
Yeah, Futo PI is a spin-off of Double.
Okay. Because I remember I watched that and like, well, I want to watch the original Kamen Rider, and I watched it and I was like, oh, well, I'm good.
Understandable enough. Like, I enjoyed it, but I also watched it when it was airing new.
So the thing about that was I had people that were telling me that like Decade and D-End were the end-all be-all of Kamen Rider and then nothing else compared to it. And
I don't know if I'd agree with that, but I'm also thinking that someone who quite liked that, and that also got me into watching more of Kamen Rider when, again, Decade was new and the episodes were first coming out. But Decade is definitely a split of how production was handled. The stuff before Decade is his own whole thing, and after Decade until I don't remember which show it was, but one of them, it's just like almost a whole different style of production in comparison to that first 10 years. And like 5-6 years after that, it's a whole other thing. Then after that point, that next point, it's from that till the current Reiwa era. They're all like very different in how they're all handled. Double is, I believe, the first one after Decade, and it has the whole episode set up where it's basically 2 episodes make basically mini story arcs, so it's more like 45-minute episodes rather than normal 26 some episodes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of affecting it a bit there, but I can understand all like Decade, but that's also kind of really hooked me. So yeah, I get it, but Decade's also one of my favorites.
Oh,
so, yeah.
So they were real pushy about Decade being the best
that
Kamen
would
Rider
do it.
series.
Yeah,
I got so
that would
burned
do it.
out on it so fast. I'm sure it's great. It's the fans ruined it for me.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's happened to me too. It's also the reason why I just hate the Diablo series. Got a friend who just really adamantly wanted me to play Diablo 4 with him, and we were playing when they were getting like the pre-release beta stuff, where you got like a weekend where you could play it and all that. And like he was just constantly rushing me through the story, saying, "Oh, we'll just keep going through it, blah blah blah." And like, I've never really played Diablo games before, so it's trying to rush me through this when I have very little grounding in the story. And now he's pissy that I just hate it now because he just kept trying to force it on me.
Right.
You know what? So I watched this thing called Distractable, and one of the members, Wade, talks about Diablo. He loves Diablo.
Yeah.
He fucking hates how Diablo 4 started. He fucking hates how Diablo 3 started. He's very critical of how they started, and it's just the fact that your friend tried to get you to play, especially on a game that didn't have a good start to it, is just an odd choice.
Yeah. Because he badly just wants another good Diablo game, because he really liked Blizzard back in the day. So how they've been really hurts him, and seeing that Diablo 4 could be good, got to really, really hope that it would be good and get me and another friend to play it. But turns out that didn't really pan out, and like I'm never gonna get into the story now because he just tried to force me to just get through shit as fast as possible when I can't even try to get invested in the story at all. Can't even learn it all. Okay, fine. I'm just not gonna give a fuck. I don't care how supposedly decent this one angel thing is in this one church moment. I just don't fucking care now.
Oh, we're cooking with gas now. We are cooking with gas now. Yeah, I could not. I played what? The Diablo 2 remake that they made? Question mark. And And that was
Yeah.
about it. I never played Diablo 3. I never played Diablo 4.
Like at that time, I did play a bit of Diablo 1, but like that's basically just gameplay.
Right.
There is not really story there. And I did play a little Diablo 2 after we tried doing the Diablo 4 stuff, but I made it clear I no longer care about trying to get in the story at all because of how you kept trying to rush me. So, could be good. I don't care.
I have no interest in it being good now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he does this shit too, so I don't really see why I should care. Because, like, I know it matters to you, but I just don't care. You're literally not letting me actually trying to get into it. It's like, okay, fine. I don't care about the story now. If we're just gonna grind, fine. Let's just do the fucking grind already.
Well, and that was the thing. Like, with the Common Writer people, they were like, yeah, you've got to watch DK, you've got to watch The End, all the other ones are crap. I'm like, well, I really like Build right now. I want to keep watching this because it's explaining what a Common Writer is. And like, well, that's for kids.
Good, but yeah, that is absolutely the wrong way to handle that.
I'm like, there's literally a civil war. How is this fully for kids? Come on now. The scientist main guy is a serial killer. Like, what?
Yeah, no, there are some that do definitely have more of a younger bent, but there's also a few that very much don't. Like fucking Kamen Rider Ryuki is basically a battle royale series, and battle royale was new.
Okay, that's what I've been hearing. Like Ryuki's really good.
It can be if you can get into it.
Okay.
All the ones from that part of it, it's better than Agito. I watched Agito. I would not recommend Agito unless you can just really get into G3, who's one of the 3 writers of the show. He's the best one, in my opinion. But Agito himself is boring, and Gills is okay, but should have been the lead of something else, or just in something else where he got to shine more. But yeah, Ryuki is... Yeah, no, it is definitely on the darker side.
Okay.
Not Fi's dark, but it is dark. Like we see like what was it, like 4 or 5 different endings to it between the show, TV specials, and like you get a few different ones.
Okay, sure.
You get the initial ending, and then the sort of epilogue follow-up one to that, which is its basically own timeline of things going a bit differently. Which I'm trying not to say much in case you actually decide to watch it, so I don't spoil it for you.
You can spoil. It's okay.
Okay. So, in the initial thing for the show, the effectively first ending we get before the show actually ends, everybody dies. The last rider, Kamen Rider Knight, gets the wish that they're all fighting and killing each other for, and basically asks for this stupid tournament to never fucking happen. And then we see some of that timeline where the guy who was Knight and Ryuki end up meeting this timeline, not knowing each other, remembering that timeline where they fought to the death together. And then there's the moves and specials. In one of the, I think it was the special, you see a different iteration of the tournament where Ryuki wins it, but it's in a situation where the tournament will kind of keep happening no matter what he does. And then I think it was the movie. I think it has one of the best endings of the lot because the world is being consumed by monsters. All that's left are Kamen Rider Ryuki and Kamen Rider Knight just going together, riding off into the horde of fucking monsters that are just destroying the world. They might not win, but they're going all out to fight them together.
Just the most badass energy imaginable.
Yeah, pretty much. It is an absolutely tragic ending, but I also feel that kind of it's just more enjoyable, and I prefer happy endings.
Right.
And what like the darkest to that point, from at least what I've seen, it's pretty much gonna be Fi's. Ryuki has a bunch of everybody dies endings, but Fi's is just, oh man, it puts people through the fucking ringer.
Oh.
Like, one of the rider belts will literally just consume people. Like, they will die if they keep using it, assuming they survive the first time they use it. And I don't mean there's a corpse. I mean, if you're lucky, there's still dust.
Oh, jeez. So it'll burn
Yeah.
you out.
Yeah. It is not one that you fuck with. You will die using it. It's technically safe for the monsters of the series, the Orphanox, to use because it's fueled on their sort of blood, genetics, whatever, how they want to phrase it. But even for them, if they overuse it in a short period of time, it kills them too. They die.
Okay.
It will eventually kill anyone who uses it enough. If you have no Orphanox stuff in you, if you're lucky, you might get through a fight. Or not at all. And then there's the Fives gear, the lead one, which is... I quite like the design. I love the sound effects that it has. And sadly, they don't use the speed mode finisher that he has more than once.
Oh.
Because he has a 60-second super speed mode, but they only use the finisher for that one time. It's really cool. But, again, we get it one time, which is, it's better than never. Yeah, Fives is good. Blade is one where I'm of the mind that you have to watch at least, what was it again? I think like 10 or so episodes before it really starts to hook you. So if you're willing to do that, there's a fair chance you might be able to enjoy it all the way through. If not, I mean, give it a shot. It might work, it might not, but I'm not going to make a guarantee there. I liked it. I did. It's also one of the few Kamen Rider shows that had more than one opening song, which is interesting.
Why'd that?
But I have no idea. It's just it has two opening songs with two different opening sequences. It's one of the only ones that has it. I don't know why, but it just does. It's an interesting show where it also has a battle royale happening like Yuki, only instead of it being humans fighting, it's a bunch of these things that are called undead because reasons that are basically think of the example of a species. So sometime in the prehistory of Earth, they all fought to decide which of them would be the foundation for the species of Earth, like the main species. And the Two of Hearts, the human, won. And now, who knows how long later, someone decides to fuck with the big obelisk thing that's connected to sealing all of that, and basically reawakening shit for another one of these fights to decide who's the dominant species of Earth all over again.
I mean, that sounds badass. I love that idea.
Yep. And to fight them, to make sure humanity doesn't get wiped out, you have you have eventually three, technically four Kamen Riders, depending on how you want to view it. The problem is, one of those riders was one of the undead that fought back then, and there was only supposed to be, what was it? I believe it was 52, because they were supposed to be each, one of the cards for a set of playing cards, but there was also a Joker, who, if he won, there would be no life.
Oh.
Yep. And the Two of Hearts, the undead for humanity, decided to give himself up to that Joker, which is what allows him to, act as a human.
Uh-huh.
Which, and that does cause things to work out well in the end. Though I will say the movie is, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. It just depends on whether or not you want the undead guy to have it's if you want some people to have a happier ending. Because it's sort of an alternate ending to the series. Been at this point like 15 years or so since I watched it, so it's a little hazy right now. But believe in the end, it was the main character, the Kamen Rider Blade himself, ended up also becoming undead, so they never had to decide who won, because all that was left at that time was the Joker and one other undead, and they couldn't unseal one of the other undead to try and keep the fight going, because they seal the undead into cards and then swipe through their weapon and then use effects from that, and one of the cards lets them pull the undead out of the cards. because of course it does.
Right, naturally. You gotta have a way to pad out the story a little bit.
Not really. It doesn't actually pad things out that much.
Oh, they don't like bring him back for another round or anything?
Well, they do. It's while they're fighting another undead, so it's just this is what we're doing to keep these other writers busy.
Oh, okay,
and then, and then the one writer who does get that one, the one who's got a spider theme and is for the suit of clubs, he'll occasionally just pull some of the undead that he's captured out of those cards to fight with him.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, Blade was good. Kabuto is also good. Probably the best of that era of shows for like general quality. Not to say the others are bad. It's just like if one of them's going to be kind of top end of it, of which one I'm going to recommend, it's probably going to be Kabuto. But yeah, that was also good. If you're fine with a relatively more comedic series, even though some of the concepts to it are really fucking dark, considering it involves people being totally erased from history and everyone's memories beyond the few people who are singularities and not affected by that time ripple effect.
See, I
the
do
main
love
character
my
of a few
Kamen Rider
others.
getting dark.
Huh?
I do love my Kamen Rider getting dark.
Yeah, a fair few do that. It was actually, I think, after Decade where they didn't get quite as dark as before. Like, Double didn't get quite as dark as the stuff before it. No, they didn't have its dark moments, but it did. O's was also not that same kind of conceptual level of dark. It was good, but not that same level of dark.
No.
Even Gav, I wouldn't say has quite that stuff going on. Gaim is one of the few I'd say that goes into that kind of range. Outside, of course, the end of the world thing, which a number of those have, that isn't bad, but it gets a little tiresome sometimes. I appreciate that Gav has not had
has
that.
the power of banana. There's only so much you can really do to make it dark.
Well, considering that it was it Geno Urobuchi was the one who wrote Gaim. No, Gaim does get dark in its own ways.
Ura Butcher himself.
Yes.
See, that's what I'll do. I'll do Rider Roulette. I'll spin for Era, then I'll spin for series and just randomly review Rider series. Going in completely blind.
But will this include the Showa era?
Of course, it'll include all the eras.
Oh, good. So it'll include the absolute blood gore fest that was Amazon.
Sure, if it lands on it on the wheel.
Yeah, because don't forget, Amazon was canceled early because it was too bloody for 1970s Japan.
Oh wow, that's pretty bloody.
You had monsters that just turned into blood fountains after he struck them, which I haven't watched much of Amazon, but I've seen some clips here and there, and I've seen one example that was literally that, just murdering a monster, and it's just spewing what it's supposed to be, its blood, like a fountain.
Oh god.
Yeah. But yeah, Rider Roulette. Hey, go for it.
Alright.
I'd say the same for Sentai, but that is a lot. That is a lot.
No,
There's some good things out there,
if
but
Rider
it's a lot.
Roulette goes well, Ranger Roulette will be next. I've seen almost every Power Ranger, so I can at least have some, design background understanding at least, but obviously I know the stories are different than what the Power Ranger stories were. I tried what was it, Lupin Ranger, where they were thieves.
Oh, that was
and
awful.
cops.
That was not awful. It wasted its premise so fucking hard. It's not even funny. That one, the premise got me to try Sentai again when I was just kind of tired of it for a while. After Ninja was just as boring as sin. But those Pot Rangers just kind of pissed me off because that was a neat concept and it squanders it. Because it's not Lupin versus Pat Ranger, it's Lupin Ranger and occasionally Pat Ranger.
Yeah, that's really what it was. Like, I was expecting it to be like Ranger versus Ranger, and I was kind of about that, and then it just never...
Well, Ranger versus Ranger, relatively more even if Lupin Ranger might be getting a bit more focus. Pat Ranger would actually get wins, and it'd actually be some challenge Lupin Rangers, and nope, it is never that. It is a couple of times sort of that, but it's never really that. It is a concept that they kind of imply to you, never deliver on. It's just very insulting because, the concept sounds great. Two Sentai that are both fighting over these items for, different reasons. One to, trying to save the loved ones. The other to try and generally save people. Only one of them's doing outside law. The other one's doing it in. That sounds really good. It's not that. It's never that. It's never really that. It's just Lupin Ranger. It's just Lupin Ranger. How Lupin Ranger is basically always fucking winning. And Pat Ranger, how they never really win. They get a couple wins, but that's it. And it's a shame. Wasting my fucking time. Not quite Ninja bad. But, okay, no. No, it is actually probably worse than Ninja. Ninja got me off Sentai for a number of years, but Lupin vs. Pot Ranger got me off it again.
Was Ninja the one that they used for Ninja Steel? Or was that a separate one?
With one of the best monsters you could have had, Chainsaw Weasel.
Chainsaw Weasel?
Chainsaw Weasel. It is part chainsaw, part weasel, or part weasel, part chainsaw.
Oh, is that supposed to be like a Kamitachi or something? Like a sickle weasel, but with a chainsaw?
That is the first monster they fight. Cool. And then after that, it's all just kind of downhill because that's such a cool fight to start with that covers how actually kind of boring the show is.
Oh.
Yeah. But we do have an American Ninja Ranger who transforms with a burger.
Of course. It's the only way you do it.
Yeah.
Big
Yes,
hamburger.
also, they are all related. Because going back to that concept, they used a couple times back in like the 80s.
Oh. Primo, was that you?
Yep.
Hey, here we go. How you doing? Doing all right? Hope you're doing well.
I figured, I was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh earlier.
Absolutely.
It's easier if I want to jump in later.
Oh, good old Raziel. Such a dumb architect. Come on.
If you're gonna do Sentai, you gotta include Pop Team Epic Season 2's finale. And that just, for reasons, they just decided, let's actually just do a
full force
Tokusatsu
Sentai.
show.
Why not?
I mean, Keeper Ranger did it. That's basically the whole premise of just being a joke Sentai series.
See, I like the joke Sentai series. I like the ones that don't take
That's
themselves
fine.
too seriously.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, Pop Team Epic. It's just the show. It's just an anime where it's just humor, anti-humor. None of this matters. It's all randomness. And then for its season 2 finale, just decided we're doing live action tokusatsu show now.
I mean, Robot Chicken did it. Why not Pop Team Epic?
It's
Yep.
Pop Team Epic.
I just love how committed they were at certain bits.
Oh yeah, they went all in.
Oh, what was it? The April Fool's Day special they released. Just how there was 4 versions, and I just love they were. What was it? The one with Kana Hanazawa. They really just rewrote all of the dialogue to reflect her, and literally sound like her going on a rant about her career as a voice actor. Which, yeah, that was also the same episode. I'm like, I am surprised that they were doing a little comedy sketch where they're working at a convenience store and literally have a character go, I wasn't even supposed to be here today. And I'm like, wow, they really threw a close reference.
In an anime. That's a surprise.
They were
But then again,
doing
that's the same. Whatever they want.
Come on. Oh, I hate this boss. If you don't have anything, like, if you don't have any good guns, it's just basically an ammo sponge.
What, you can't ranch this one?
No, I can't ranch this one. All I have is the JK-47.
But what does the power of a schoolgirl in the form of a gun have to do with this? What does a pote matter here?
Why does my normal weapon do more damage?
Because Russian quality isn't actually quality.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair. It's only a famous gun because it's a frequently used gun, not because it's a good gun.
Yeah, pretty much. Some people say otherwise. They are not as right as they think they are. But then again, what do we in America know? We're still using, the Madus. A gun made by the saint of gunsmithing himself, John Moses Browning.
The icon.
Yep. I mean, it's so good that we still use it in the military. And there's not look like there's going to be any replacements for it, so...
Why reinvent the wheel when the wheel's still working?
It's just so good.
Because then you can sell them a second wheel.
That's true. That's true. Then you can sell them
Oh,
the
you
wheel
did.
4E.
And
mean,
maybe it's a new coat situation. Now you want the original wheel back.
So
Right,
we're
that
going to
is
use the
part of
wheel
why.
retro.
That is part of why back in, was it late 80s, early 90s, when they were trying to replace the M16, all of the guns made for that also had their own unique ammos, including one that was caseless.
Oh.
As it turns out, they just got scopes, because scopes are all that they really needed to make the guns better. Just scopes, not a whole new gun. Just give them scopes. Something they're massively more effective.
Oh,
That's
yes.
fun.
Get back in here. And, hegemony rifle.
Oh, that's all. I never got your answer. So, what do you think of the Zip 22?
It
Joke or
looks
bad
like-
idea?
It looks like a very funny joke.
Okay, because I like it solely because it is silly. It is a stupid gun, but I find it funny. It's like a toy, but it shoots real bullets.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. I had to get back to it.
Sounds good. Thank you for coming in. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Once I'm done with this run, I'll probably call it so I can get this video out. All that good stuff.
We're gonna be done like 30 minutes ago. I didn't plan to be on this long.
That's fair. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I click this button? Turn off. Turn off. Where's the boss? Where's the boss? There it is. Chunk. Alright. We're doing good. Oh, the new Sakamoto days were so freaking good. I love Sakamoto.
I didn't catch up on the anime because I read a fair bit of the manga when it was relatively early on, like 20, 30 chapters or so. And I just decided, you know what? I need a lot more at once, so I can just keep reading it instead of waiting week by week, because I just feel the need for that much at once.
I would
So I've just
say
been waiting.
now is probably the best time to get into it, because it just had like its big, I don't want to say like, it's sort of like that the world will know pain moment, like the all is lost, everybody's on the back foot, Sakamoto actually, loses a little bit.
We're definitely reaching a turning point.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes.
It's kind of funny because I remember leading up to this point in the manga, there were people being like, well, it looks like we're entering the final arc anytime soon, and then this happened, and it's like, never mind.
Now you are reminding me of Yozakura Family, which I enjoyed.
Nope, you broke out, you cut out there. I heard Yozakura
All of that.
Family.
You know, it's not gonna do. And then huh?
You cut out right as you started talking.
Oh, Yozakura Family. It's a manga I read for a while that I just got tired of because they kept doing a thing of, and then we're having the big climactic final battle, and then surprise, there's another secret conspiracy something or other behind the thing that we were just fighting that was the cause of all the misery. and it just keeps fucking going. It got tiresome after the third, fourth time it happened, and now it's in the future, and the original lead and his love interest that he was already married to
They
now
have
finally
twin
have
kids.
kids. Yeah. It's not like he was bad. It's just like this should have been just another manga. At this point, it just feels like that would have been easier. Just rebrand it a little and just call it a new series.
Give it the Boruto treatment. Make it something new.
Yeah, because they kept doing it. They just kept doing a thing of, and then we have the big final battle that just pushes everything. But then there's another conspiracy, like 3, maybe 4 times, and it's just after a while it just gets tiresome. And the kids aren't bad, but it's just not quite doing it for me.
Like, I get why the series was made. It was a way to encourage, young readers to want that family life and to basically have more kids so that Japan doesn't have the life expectancy issues it's having. But, like,
A lot of you would be proud.
be a little bit more subtle with it, because it's a little on the nose. And
Well, really, the kids don't show up for a fair bit into it, so...
They don't, but him getting married in, like, the first 5 chapters and setting up, the married life that he's going for and everything.
Counterpoint, there's no will they, won't they.
No, it was very straightforward. They did, they're married. There's no, someone challenging him for her love or anything like that. Other than her older brother. But even that's joked about.
Yeah.
It's nice when these are jokes and not actual possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, you get where he's coming from for being super protective of his sister, for everything she's got and everything that happened with his dad, but, like, yeesh.
I mean, at least it's better than some of these other romance manga that after the 2 leads hook up and then it's over, like just a couple chapters later, like Nagatoro or freaking Dress Up Darling. And it's like, you didn't have to end it here, but they did. I don't mind with Nagatoro as much, but it's a bit more irksome with Dress Up Darling.
I could never get into Dress Up Darling. The same people that were like Kamen Rider stands, and like, the way you're describing this series to me does not make it sound appealing at all. But I also just, like, I can't stand that escapist, like, oh, she's my dress-up doll, and like, I don't like all that. That sounds weird and creepy.
I can see that. I didn't really get that from the series so much, but I could definitely see getting it.
Oh no, and that's how it was described to me. I avoided it like the plague because that's how it was described to me. I'm sure it's fine.
That's how it's described. I can absolutely see why it would not interest you. And it was all right. That's some all right moments, but it ends like just a couple chapters after the two admit their feelings for each other. It's just okay, then we're done there. At least in Nagatoro, we had a whole bunch of stuff.
I am
after that, we had at least 1-2 arcs after that, where it's like, so what if he didn't win the contest? He still, asks her to go out with him because what really matters is that they care for each other.
Right.
Which is nice. So use that to drag it out. It's just nope, just screw it. That doesn't matter. What matters is how we feel for each other and that I actually tried.
I am wondering if My Dress Up Darling got the Bleach treatment with the author. Like, has anyone checked?
Forced to put out work.
We're basically with the final arc of Bleach, the creator's health started declining, but they're like, I'm close enough to the ending that I'll just rush it.
Yeah, I wasn't really hearing much about. I didn't really hear anything about how their health situation was. I wouldn't be surprised. I know that was basically happening with Horikoshi and My Hero Academia, which probably affected it.
God, I hope that was the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they're just bad at it.
That final arc, my biggest problem with that was literally how much of that arc was just a repeat of the previous arc.
It really is, though.
You had your first war, and then you repeated that for like 80% of the second war, and it's like, I've already seen this. I don't need to see it again.
You know what's a real shame is that the biggest issue is he probably had shitty editors that forced him into really bad corners. He had to work his way out of it and wasn't getting the help that he needed.
Oh, yeah.
Because don't forget, the summer camp arc was supposed to be longer. Bakugo was never supposed to get kidnapped, and you're supposed to get the reveal for the traitor then, and it was supposed to be have gone a lot differently. But he was told, no, don't do it like this. Instead, do it like how we got it. Which is, I feel, a fair bit of how we ended up in the situation we did. Though I will say, the editor that told him to, well, have All Might be how he is instead of just a coach, was spot on. That was the right move.
Oh yeah, no, he needed to be more involved than just being on the sidelines. You still
Yeah,
need to
you
be
know,
reminded that All Might is All Might.
Well, no, in the early stuff from like what we know, All Might was not actually supposed to be that. They're supposed to be more of a trainer mentor sort of thing, not an actual, powerful hero guy.
Oh, okay, I like that.
It could have worked, but I feel what we got was probably for the best.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that other one sounds neat, but then we wouldn't have All Might as we know him. And All Might as we know him was pretty great.
He was. The inheritance was literally just Suna's inheritance from Katekyo Hitman Reborn, but, it is what it is. Nobody
Well, that's
knew
what it became
Reborn is, so-
eventually. That's pretty much what it became eventually. They hinted at it early on, but it took them a while before they actually started doing that.
I was like, wow.
Because I got the hint for it that, back in the sports festival arc. But they didn't actually start doing that until afterwards. I was reading when the sports festival was new. So, for me, it's oh, okay, so they're probably hinting that he's going to be able to use the powers of the past users then. That was a while ago. And then, they actually did that. So, that was neat. Could have been done better, but it's kind of neat.
Now, Vigilantes, that's just perfect My Hero right there. That's
it really was. It's basically the best of all My Hero media by just so fucking much. Which kind of really hurts because I remember when I was reading a while ago, back before the whole Bakugo was kidnapped and All Might's supposed final fight in Kamino, I was thinking, you know what? This could probably go a little like JoJo, where you have a generational thing of and then a next generation who has different focus and all that. Probably bring back some old characters and do that a few more times. Cover. It could probably have been pretty good. I'm glad they didn't do that now. Very glad.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, my only problems with Vigilantes is nitpicks. Is I felt the final confrontation was just a little too long.
I think that's
I can understand that.
And I think the anime is going to fix the pacing because you're not having to read
Oh yeah. I think once the anime drops, people will understand.
So there's okay, so what's up you trim out?
I think it's just the way the final fight was. I think by putting it in animation, you're not reading these chapters weekly. It's going to flow a lot quicker.
Oh, absolutely.
And then the other thing is just, I feel like they used a little too heteromorphs for that plot point to come up in the actual series.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with the final, let's say 2-3 arcs, I guess. Really, it started going downhill in the, what was it? What was the fucking name again? The guy who had the reconstruction hand powers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've generally heard that that's where it starts to go downhill, and I would actually have to agree with that. So we didn't get some good stuff, from that point onward, from that arc, and everything else that I'll call it. But yeah,
unless you're an anime watcher, the villain arc was peak.
That villain arc was perfect.
The anime hurt it so badly because they were working on the movie too, and you can tell in the production of the villain arc that they were working on.
Oh yeah. For me, I mostly just read the manga after season 2 or 3 of the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was after season 3.
Yeah, I think season 3 was about where I stopped with the anime, but I still wanted to stay on top of the manga.
Yeah, it was nice, but I'm already reading the manga.
Yeah, I picked up the manga. What was it? Tail end of the sports festival arc when that was releasing, so it was one of those
Yeah.
cases. I tune into the anime, but like if I'm not watching the anime for months and it's building up, I'm not missing stuff.
Like in my case, I've been actively keeping up with it since around the sports festival arc for the manga, and so the anime was like, oh yeah, I'm glad it's getting anime. I can share this with other people. That's why I appreciate getting to see the adaptations. Not only do I get to see it animated, I also get to share it with other people,
Right.
which is great.
Like,
But,
that's honestly why I'm
yeah.
so excited Gachi Akuta's getting an anime so soon. Because then I can share it with people, and more people will see, like, oh, wait, this is actually really good. I'm like, yes.
I will say one thing I do appreciate about Shangri-La Frontier not being as popular as it could be: the horrible shipper crowd has just not really sunk its teeth in yet.
No, there's no one's like, oh, Sunraku should be with Pencilgon. That's my ship. It's
Oh.
like, that you are
Oh,
not understanding the
fucking no.
relationship at all.
Funny thing, we actually do have a rough idea what Pentagon's type is because the author answered that, because they actually answer a lot of questions. And the Japanese fan wiki keeps track of a lot of that.
Right.
And I came across a translation plugin that some people recommended. I don't know if I still have it in Firefox when I decided to use that translates it pretty counter to what Sunraku is. She wants someone who has little confidence, who also knows that she is the best thing that will ever happen to them. That basically, so she can be the dom in the relationship. The dom in relationship to a sort of weak, kind of wimpy, low spine kind of guy.
That makes too much sense for that character.
Yes. We also know what kind of body parts Sunraku likes in a girl.
Oh, okay.
Back of the neck.
Back of the neck, huh? That's an
A
oddly
nice,
specific
clear
thing.
back of the neck. Yes. The author answered this. Also, fun thing, Ember Ray, Saga Zero,
Yeah.
she has 2 older sisters. She's also the best at romance out of the 3 of them, she is the best at romance.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Her eldest sister, from what I got from that, of the author saying things I got from that wiki, was that she knew how bad she was at romance, so just agreed to an arranged marriage, because it's better than anything she could do on her own.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It is a trend in their family, actually, that all the women are super capable. Generally, daughters are born. They're all bad at romance.
Oh.
So it's genetic. So she's actually the most capable of romance in her family in that generation, if not also a number of the previous generations of women. Though her dad did not marry into the family, so he is actually an oddity there.
Oh. Now, mind
Her
you,
dad
this
is
is all
old.
about a game or a series where they play an MMO. None of this is actually
Oh,
all
yeah.
that important to the story.
No. Also, if I remember right, I think it was her dad and I think Sunraku's dad also like to go fishing occasionally.
Yeah.
Neither of them
Sunraku's
know
dad
this,
is like his
but-
big hobby is fishing.
Yeah, also that hobby fixation thing is genetic.
I believe that. So wait,
Yeah, no,
is it genetic on his mom's side or his dad's side? Because they're both hobbyists.
I think technically it's supposed to be his mom married into the family, but either way, it's just been a running thing for like 300 to 600 years that just everyone in the family is just really obsessed in something. The oldest ancestor we know was obsessed with the stars. I think his grandfather, his uncle was obsessed with cars. I think one of his aunts was obsessed with food, and many other things like that. Sunraku is the least bad because of how able he is to focus on other things.
Right.
He and his sister are some of the least bad because of how actually generally functional and not over obsessed they are with their hobbies. They still are, but much more controllably than say their parents.
I love that.
It doesn't have a story whatsoever, but it's a nice detail.
Oh yeah.
Nice to have it.
It shows how well thought out everything is, even if like that stuff never comes into play. There you go.
Yeah. Also, just if you're ever going to consume it, it's best to just go with the anime or manga. Either way, whichever you prefer, because that actually is the more polished version. Because unlike some other stuff where it's web novel, light novel, manga, then anime, this has no light novel step. So you don't have the polished light novel as a kind of between thing to adapt things from. So the manga is actually that second step of this 4-step process.
Okay, sure.
So, all sorts of details, like the parts of the anime where we see some of the directors and creators working on Shangri-La Frontier in the series itself.
Right.
We don't actually get that in the web novel around those points. We don't find out any of that outside of from what the author mentions when people ask questions until like way later, if even that. If there's any perspective that's not Sunraku's, just kind of doesn't really happen from what I remember reading the web novel. We do get more of his thoughts, yes, but we also just get more perspectives and just information on other stuff and just see other things, which is also really nice. So yeah. So if someone says that, oh, why read the anime? You read the novel. Well, as it turns out, there's only the web novel. The web novel is basically the least polished version. The anime is actually perhaps one of the most polished versions that has some of the most extra details you can have.
That's so funny. I love it.
Yeah, it is something I just love about it, because it's just, when else do you see this? Oh no, it actually is perhaps for the best to just watch the anime, read the manga, or just not read the web novel, unless you just really need more right now.
I know right now that's what's going on with the final season of Bleach. Is because it got rushed in the manga, they actually have Type Kubo helping out with production and expanding on all the stuff he didn't get to do. So it's become one of those. Oh, so for the final arc, we should just be watching the anime instead. And what was it? He's straight up. What was it? In Core 2 or 3, with one of the new Bankais that got revealed, they admitted he straight up storyboarded to that sequence too, so like he's that involved.
Nice.
I want more Burn the Witch. I need more of my Western Division Soul Society now.
That would be nice.
I agree.
Likely.
I think it's the Bleach. Like I said, him doing all this on the anime, I think this is the only thing holding him up at this point, is he is heavily involved in the anime production.
Oh yeah.
So I think once that final core drops, I think Burn the Witch is probably going to be the next thing he goes back to.
Because he seems to like really enjoy it.
Or hell, maybe he'll come back and actually do more of zombie powder.
Don't get my hopes up. Don't do that. Don't you dare.
I don't think he's ever going to do it. I think he's basically said that's in the past. He was not in a good state by the time he finished it, and he just does not want to go back to that because of what brings
That's
back.
fine. It would be kind of nice, but I'm fine with it just being left there. Also, fun tidbit, just I'd like to share this, is that the El Hazard is a series done by the same guy who did Tenchi Muya, and he considers the English dub of it the actually correct voices for the characters.
That's funny. I believe that.
Yep. Also, he still does stuff. Like, we haven't got animated a bit outside of the Henshi OVA 5 or 6 a couple years ago, but like he still puts out art books and stuff like that. He has still kept expanding it.
Mm-hmm.
The man has just kept doing stuff. So even if it's not adapted into like an anime or manga or novel, he's still making stuff for his little multiverse, which is great. It's cool to see.
Alrighty, everybody. That is going to do it for us. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm going to do some more streams soon. Thank you so much for watching. Stay strong. Keep fighting that good fight. And we will see you next time. Look out for that Big American Dad video, hopefully coming out later today. Goodbye, everybody.